Hi, everybody. I am halfway ready to do what I need to do, but I just got a message from the person who sent the gift. And I am having to reply. Hashtag. My brain is not working, guys. Why does my computer decide this is the time to send me messages? Hey, whoever just rolled in. I got a little bit of happy mail. I'm going to see if my friend wants to hop on live and watch me play or not. And I'm trying to find washi tape to put over the top of this letter I got, so you guys I'm not doxing anyone that sent it to me or whatever. So I will start by opening the letter. Seeing if Daryl wants to come join. Hi, Maddie. It is your first time here. What in the heck, man? Well, I'm starting out with, I'm going to open this card. I'm seeing if the woman who sent me the gift is going to come by and cheer us on. I got a letter, a Christmas card, I presume, from Jill in Australia. It's a koala bear. It's funny because her letter came and her handwriting was enough. It was from Australia and it looks enough like my friend Erica that's there that I was like, Erica sent me a card and got hers to me before I got hers out. That's a first. So I will put it with my Christmas card goodies. You know, my times are very random, Maddie. I do not have a set time, and my camera fell the other day, so you're looking at my lap instead of my desk. There we go. Here. You can do it, little. Straight-ish, I guess. And I wasn't even sure I was going on live today. I have about 1 million things going on. And Daryl is saying she's coming on. I don't want to, because I had to get out other stuff to play with it, because I'm glad. It took me a half a second to figure out even who sent it. And I'm letting Tina know I'm on. So I know there's other people that are on live, and I try not to, but boy, everybody's on right now. I'm seeing. I don't know if Daryl's ever been on a YouTube live, guys, so go to YouTube. I'm going to send her the link, I guess. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Maddie. You do not know. Hi, Tina. You do not know Daryl because Daryl is, hold on. I'm trying to send her the link. Daryl is a dog grooming friend who I met on a message board way back in the day. And so she has, we met we did our certifications for grooming together, etc. So this is what she sent me. And she should be here any second. I sent her the link. And I was very confused because I'm like, I didn't order that. So, and the funny thing is I went to my desk and here is the thing I'm working on for her. I'm over here worried about doxing myself, and my address is literally on this return address labels. I'm not actually worried though. But Daryl is, no matter what anybody tells you, she's a lovely person. Uh-oh. So, I'm hoping she'll show up. I will, because I had actually wax melt stuff and I've never used it because I got it as part of, like, I bought out somebody's craft room basically. And it's one of those things where, it's a new thing and learning a new thing is never as much fun as, I mean, it can be fun, but I always am like, I'll do it later. So, Daryl, is that you? So anyway, then I was like, oh, I just realized who it's, because it said it was from Etsy. And then I'm like, I remember her saying she got me something from Etsy. So that solidified it. She's not chatting, but she's watching. I'm making her chat, guys. I'm making her, putting her like right outside of her comfort zone. Not really. She speaks at grooming. Well, we used to both speak at grooming conventions and that kind of thing. So she got me this. And like I said, at first I was very confused as to what in the heck had come. So let's just assume that the pictures on the front are. So a bee and a dandelion blowing away, a feather, sun, moon, and what I presume it's a sunflower, but with some leaves or feathers or something around it. So like I don't know what you would call it. Hold on. Daryl, are you there? I was finishing your guys' ornaments when I came in here. So all of this junk is stuff that, like I said, I've had this and did not know. Some of it I didn't even know for sure what all of it did. And I had to sort of figure it out because I've never done wax melting. I think these are the little bowls to melt the wax. I have all of these. What do you say about me? Like I'm not nice? Daryl knows that though. So then there's this. I assume that goes there. I'm not sure what any of these do. Is it so you can, I'm going to have to like watch a wax melting video. So Daryl, in the chat currently are Empty Nest Scrapper, who is Maddie. And I'm trying to remember where Maddie is. She lives. I don't remember. And Tina lives in Kentucky. And I didn't get, oh wait, I have a lighter. I have a lighter hidden in here. New York. Okay. I knew it was, Daryl is in Maine. She's originally from the East Coast and then she lived in Memphis for a while and now she's in Maine, living her best rural life. I don't think she's figured out how to chat. Oh my mercy. Why is that on stun? So any of you done wax melts? Am I just going to, okay, that's going to be annoying. Come on, you can do it. I'm going to end up with this with a candle that won't light, aren't I? Tina did it. Here, you go there. I'm being weird here, and I'm just melting some of the wax away so there's enough wick for this thing to stay lit. Because it does not. It's like somebody hacked the wick off, which is not ideal. So this goes under there. These have to. Do those sit in there? No. I'll figure that out later. So I guess we can look at the ones that came with the stuff I bought. A tree and I can't read. I hate when stuff is upside down because I can't read it. Happy birthday, maybe. We'll see in just a second. Anybody? You have the ones. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, Daryl, my friend Cindy here is, oh my gosh, Arkansas. She's a children's minister of a bunch of crazy little boys. Okay, somebody pick a color. Have you met Empty Nest Scrapper before, Cindy? Daryl votes blue, and Daryl bought the present. Everybody, Yankee Groomer is Daryl. I'm going to pick this little icy blue. I'm going to do a couple because I've seen people not have enough stuff. She is Maddie. Hi, Debbie. It's getting warm. That's good. Okay. Do we break these up or anything, or just throw them in there? I'm cutting them up. I have no patience, so I want them to go fast. Okay, these ones are scented, which is probably nice, but also slightly, okay, no, they don't cut. That may be a bit much. Hi, Michelle. Everybody meet Yankee Groomer, who is my friend, my in real life friend, Daryl, but she was a friend in the box to begin with. We met on a dog grooming chat. Oh my God, Daryl has 2001 is how many years ago? 24 years ago? That's when we certified, so it would have been 2000, wouldn't it have? That's some jacked up crap right there. Well, I didn't know what it didn't say who it was from. So it was just a package, and I opened the package. Should we put it back in the package? My friends will cry. It never says. So it doesn't say where it's from. It just says from the company, WSP Products. And then I'm like, I don't remember ordering anything. And then I opened it and I'm like, I definitely don't remember ordering this. And it wasn't until I walked into the craft room and your ornament was sitting there that I went, oh, and I looked again and it says, Etsy invests in climate solutions like electric trucks. Yes, Maddie is empty. Yes. Daryl's going to disown me for opening my present early. I feel like the candle needs to be taller. Probably I just want to set things on fire. Not really, by the way. I haven't heard yet, Cindy, if Bonnie got her swap item, which is like slightly stressing me out. Because then I start to worry that, the mail has lost it or something stupid. Because that's how my little wilted brain works. And Daryl can tell you we're both generally postally challenged people. Like, I'm going to make cards and then I'm going to be the last minute sender. Hey, Daryl. Also, I'm wearing the shirt you sent me. I went ahead and smushed the wax that I poured out of the actual candle. And that feels like regret. Doesn't want to come off. I'm guessing because I put it on silicone instead of something reasonable. All right, let's use the one Daryl got me first. The B, Daryl. Only because you don't know of the pile of stuff that I should have mailed already that's sitting around. Let's see. I'll put it in my journal. See if there's anything else in here from Daryl that I can stick it to. Nope. Find a page. Pick a page, any page. That one. So do I just pour this? Is that what this is for? Oh. Don't tell me that. Are you telling me I'm already going to mess it up? Cindy. Or Michelle. Was Michelle saying that? Come on, you can do it. It's a little cold in my craft room, so maybe the wax doesn't like me right now. Come on, you can do it. I have faith in you. I do not have faith in you. Let's see what happens. I don't think that was enough wax. How long do I hold it, guys? You know, they do that crap if it's a certain thickness, and it just makes me nuts. It's gotten like, I'm like, I don't know. I have to go. It worked-ish. I didn't obviously put it wait long enough. The wax needed to be hotter, and it's wrong side up. Crayon in your glue gun. What happens if I add gold to this this here blue? Boink. So Daryl, did I go too far on the lace? You said a potty word. How dare you? That's my job. I thought you needed lace. And then I think I'm going to add lace to Rachel's too. And then, shh, here's Chris's present. I have to do the pages on the inside yet, but it's a traveler's notebook with airplanes. I kind of figured that, and I debated pink lace, but nothing. The colors I would normally blue or pink for you, and then I was like, they don't really go with what I have going on the ornaments, so I went with what felt right. Is this where I find out I'm probably not supposed to be poking at this, and I'm going to poke at it anyway? Daryl, I can't believe you gave me stuff I have to mess with fire. I don't know what you were thinking. I thought you loved me. And why can't I find my pokey tool when I need it? Michelle, did you steal my pokey tool? Anyway, let's see. I do have to get that off there somehow. Awesome, Maddie. This one is, I laminated. This one I laminated. When I got my laminator, I sort of went on a lamination kick. And hopefully Chris will forgive that the paper slipped it in the laminator. So I don't think I have any toothpicks in here. Oh, I do. My sister made Buckeyes the other day. So hold on, let me get the chocolate off of it. That's messed up. Either this is going to be really pretty or heinous, one of the two. I don't know. It kind of looks like honey. It looks like honey. Oh, there's another one in here. An oval one. What the flip is that? Is that a bunny rabbit playing with spoons? Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. I just poured it everywhere. Hey, Daryl, have I mentioned my ADHD's worse now that I'm older? And I think I just switched to the happy birthday one that had gunk on it, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. The color was pretty, but it had gunk on it. And it does say happy birthday, FYI. I'm getting the hang of pouring it onto my top of my journal. So are you going to expect all your letters to be sealed with a wax seal now, Daryl? I feel like this was a hint. Look what I managed to do. You get back in there. Oh, not the dog hair, though. How's the little Scotty, Daryl? Daryl inherited a Scotty. One of her favorite clients passed away. And as groomers, we tend to know people's dogs sometimes better than anybody. And so sometimes we end up being the person that can help find them the homes the best. And in an unusual things, it's a nice. Oh yeah, sorry guys, Daryl is a Daryl girl, and it's most like we'd go places and we got the Daryl and Cheryl thing, so we always joked we needed a friend that was Larry. So Daryl, I was buying a new pony and she ended up thinking, I forget what happened, but she didn't see that I had sent her the payment. So she sold it to a guy in North Carolina who I think also paid $1,000 more than I was willing to pay. And so I can't hate her for that. But she also has another gelding that's a chestnut. People for some reason think chestnut horses are crazy, especially thoroughbreds. And I just sort of don't think that's how that works. I mean, with humans, maybe. Redheads are a little bit off kilter. What kind of dog is Jake? Maddie? We have also a friend that's supposed to be on here, Daryl, that is not far from you in Maine. I'm trying to think. Dawn. What's Dawn's screen name? She's been off for a while. Her husband had I think a traumatic brain injury and some other stuff happened, and she's been taking care of him. A mini Aussie doodle. It's all good. I know how Chris listens to TV on Stun. I've been there before. I still haven't posted the video of Chris. I sent Daryl's husband a birthday card. This, was it spring? No, it's not spring. Fall or summer. Late summer. And his response was the sweetest. She videotaped him opening it, and he is the sweetest human being. Which, you know, let's be honest, we don't say that very often about dudes. I'm going to try to cover up this one. Is there a reason the wax is this thick? I mean, is it necessary or is it just a thing? I don't know. Again, learning curve. Which side is up? That side is up. Oh yeah, the crafty visage. It's been such a, and I need to remember to add a Christmas card in for her. Guys, I had to get 60 regular stamps, plus all the packages I sent, plus like 12 international stamps. I feel like the post office should owe me money. Okay, yeah, it definitely needs 2 full. But I think that's closer to what they're supposed to look like, right? So anyway, yeah, Daryl, Dawn is up by you. So whenever I get to come visit, I'll probably go visit Dawn. Or at least, you know, meet her for lunch or something. Hey, so everybody tell Daryl what we do with this. Oh, I just doxed you, Daryl. Because Daryl's not a junk journaler, so she does not know that this is not trash. But Daryl was the recipient of my very first finished junk journal. I made it specifically for her. Do you even write in it, Daryl, or are you still like treating it like it's gold? Ah, I haven't seen those. I might have to get some of those. See, everybody agrees this will be a journal. A squishy, crunchy journal. It's a little too small, or I would make it for my junk journal January journal because I have all those papers I need to use. Daryl didn't get to see. My keyboard, I have to keep it out or I can't always get my computer to do what I want. But then it's always in my way. Does everybody in here get to see the new kit that I do it using for Junk Journal January? So this is from Sandra at Be Happy Stationery, and she just released it for her Junk Journal January. And right now I'm regretting that I printed on both sides, because once I looked at it closer, if you fold it this way, you could put it like on an accordion flap like this, and it already looks old on the edges. I don't know. She has a Ko-Fi. I don't think any of my mods are on here. Tina, are you in here still? Tina, did you pass out? Is today the day you went to Frankfurt? Daryl, do you see this? So anyway, I've got to do a journal, but I don't want it to be so fussy that I don't want to play in it. Because one of the prompts I'm doing for Junk Journal January is my favorite movie, which is Shawshank Redemption. And so there's going to be a page that's got literally nothing to do with this. So I need to have some junky pages in it too. But I think I'm going to try to use, there was one of the owls that I wanted to use for the front cover. or the foxes, because the foxes are this one. So, Maddie, you'll love this. I literally found the poster that he escapes that's on the wall when he escapes, the fuzzy britches one. I have that, and I have a picture of the wall that he said looks like a wall out of Robert Frost. And then I have a picture of him by the boat, and my plan is to, I don't know if I should ruin it, but it's still going to be fun. Put the poster on a page, flip it open, and then there's a hole torn in the page, and then you can see the mending wall, which is the poem he's talking about. And then go, you open the next page, and it's Red finding him there. Bye, Daryl. Thank you. You're the best. I'm like, people who haven't seen the movie might think it's completely nuck and futz. But as soon as it said favorite movie, and she was like, pick one of your days, and I'm like, heck yeah, favorite movie all the time. Oh, come on. Apparently, putting this on flat paper would have been a better choice, because okay, that time that was 2 whole things. Come on. I think it's too cold in my room. And that is upside down again. Okay, some of these I'm going to need to mark them somehow. But that actually turned out pretty close to what I would assume only we want a little more lip on it, I'm assuming. I actually like that where the gold was mixed with the blue. It looks like old gold. So, all right. Anybody have advice on what you do with this crap when you're like, do you just leave it in there? The excess? So Daryl really was part of the reason that I continued doing junk journaling, because she was, when I gave her that junk journal, like I tend to know people, like if you're my friend, I know things about you. And so, I had found stuff that fit, especially after this many years, fit her personality, and like ads that were perfect, and because she does shabby chic. And so her house is the cutest little thing. And it's not even little, but cutest. She's just got that cute little cottage comfort thing going on. So, well, guys, don't expect that your stuff for Christmas is going to have wax seals, because I've already got it packaged up, and stamps go on it tomorrow. 3 to 4 pellets for that heart. Huh. Okay. Well, it made me get out my new toy. I mean, new to me. Okay, so I'm going to assume that we pour it on this. Come on, come out. Yep. Oh, for the love of Moses. And then I guess we can make these little adorable treat containers I've been making to put Hershey's nuggets in. So like my sister was like, well, we could make more candy. And I'm like, okay, this is like for the mailman and stuff. And we can like the mailman, but I don't know if I like the mailman enough to give him, or her, as the case may be, homemade candy. Is that like the ultimate in a tight wad as I'm scraping this out? I feel like I need a little lift for my candle. Like it needs to be, like it needs a little stilt so it's up higher. But I think it's funny that I already had this stuff. But I may check into the one she said you light, because that sounds like it's easy. Oh, you got a bitty penny journal? You suck, man. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. By the way, I'm not as sweet or straight-laced as, I mean, I'm nice. Well, not to everybody. But I find when I'm at Bitty Penny's channel, I'm constantly like, don't say any cuss words. Do not make any inappropriate jokes. Because it's like, she's the sweetest thing. I think Daryl that just left is my IRL version of like Bitty Penny. Like when I picture Bitty Penny, I picture her being like Daryl. I guess we scrape that out when it cools. Is that what we do? And I definitely don't want to put it in my package there. Do not know what that is. Oh, it's where it spilled. It looks like a BB. So, Maddie, have you been to Ginger Pam's chat much, or her channel? I also have the 12-year-old boy sense of humor, so I try to behave, but it doesn't always work. Now I'm worried where Tina went. I think today, no, today's not Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I did not make a wish. I'm a slacker. Too late for you? Oh, yeah. So what I end up doing, I work as well. Sometimes if I can't sleep, I'm on there at night, but mostly I jump on in the morning after everybody's been on all night being crazy. So here, let me grab some Hershey's Nuggets real quick. Hey, Isaac. Lily, will you go down and get me a handful of Hershey Kisses real quick? So obviously I need a BRB sign. Oh, this stuff needs to go with it too. Oh, suddenly Tommy came out of his bed because I have food. So I got these, not to eat all by myself, but to send as little gifts in these little bags. So, you know, like when you go to the post office, let's pretend you are lucky enough to have a nice guy at the post office. Lily's in here. Everybody don't talk crap about her. Hi. And I got the idea from this is not a new idea. But I don't know if I can, I'm trying not to.
I see you have chocolate.
I see that you are going to your room and going to bed. Did you do the dishes?
No, I'm trying to
So
the piece for my final.
Like that.
That's cute.
Debbie says hi, Lily.
Hi.
Here, take that away. Here, go away.
Okay.
All right. So the first step to giving these, even if all your Tommy is a pit bull, Maddie. Or mostly pit bull. We don't know what the rest of him is. I rescue dogs, so it's like I have a house full of bullies. So because the shelters are lousy with them. But this is a little 1 by 3 inch piece of paper, and I stick tape on it, like double-sided tape, front and back on the same spot, and then put it where it's pulling that tab. Yes, Lillian.
It hurts.
Okay, go in and take, well, I don't know what to tell you. You guys took all the Advil and stuff, so.
No.
Okay.
We didn't.
Go drink some water.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that my final, I've been trying to figure it out. I have no idea what I'm doing.
A final is a test. So.
Yeah, it's the coding part.
Okay, I'll look at it in a little bit.
It's coding it. I wouldn't be able to explain it to you because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and then to make the box, it's a 6x6 piece of paper. This paper is a little thicker than I like, but I'm trying to use, I have a whole bunch of 6x6s. I buy them because they're cute and I like them, but then I don't use them. So this is a little thicker than I would like, but it is what we have. And then I have to move all my little Christmas ephemera crap out of the way. I did not come up with the idea. I just stole it from somebody fair and square. So we score on, she had us doing it the other way, like score the other side first, and I didn't understand. And this is not directional paper, so that's good. So scoring at, 1 inch and 4.5. And then scoring at 1 3/8, which is two slashes behind 2.5 or 1.5. And then 2 3/8. And then let's see, 3 3/4. Watch me have this wrong in my head. And 4 3/4. Yeah, like I have so much Christmas paper, and yeah, this is one of the reasons I would rather use something slightly thinner. You see how my scoring tore that, but that we cut that anyway, so it turned out okay. And then on this top piece, you're going to pick an end and cut off all but that end along this score line. Which a couple times I did it with my trimmer, but it's one of those you have to sort of think that through, and it was too much thinking for me on a random Tuesday. And then cut V's. I think it was some card maker did the video and she was explaining this, and I'm like, okay, those of us who do, you know, albums and stuff, we know how to cut notches. So it's a 3D thing. You have to. And then I end up cutting most of this end one off because it just gets in my way. So then it folds like this. And I feel like I used the wrong end for the note to self. Make sure this one is the 1 3/8 one, not the just 1 inch one, so that your lid fits, but it's fine. Somehow I jacked that right up. This one should have been a shorter one, and that one should have been a longer one. Just throw it, move on. I'm going to do those first scores first, and then so I don't jack it up. 1 3/8, 2 3/8, 3 3/4, 4 3/4. Rotate it to the right. One inch, 4.5. Thin one, thick one, thin one, thick one. That's better. Christmas theme masterboard. That's awesome. I really, really have got to go through. Like, I'm going to have to actually probably destash because since my plan this year is on the 25th of every month, I'm going to do a Christmas card making video. And I don't know if we use the sheet load for that month or a random sketch from Cards TV or something, but I am going to make myself not be making 7,000 Christmas cards all the last week of Christmas because it was too much this year. So by the time I was making those last Christmas cards, I was like, I don't even like Christmas. What am I doing? And I do. I love Christmas, like crazy love. We didn't even get our tree up this year, the whole late Thanksgiving. And we were getting Valerie's tiny house ready, So she got her kitchen cabinets today. They haven't been installed, but she got them to the house. So hopefully my husband will go help her install them. We shall see. But if I destash, Debbie's going to be so happy. I would probably, if my tape runner wasn't empty, would use tape runner for this just because, and I just put that on that corner. It needs to be on this corner too. It would be so much quicker. And these aren't something that you expect. People aren't going to keep these for years, generations of family after they open them. Yes, like you, Debbie, you're the one that lives close. So that means if instead of throwing stuff away or taking it to Goodwill, it's going to your house. Ha So, and then you can tape as much of this bottom as you want. I'm going to glue the very, very bottom like so. And then you'll laugh because this glue bottle happens to fit perfectly in here to press down the bottom layer. Also, this would be a perfect place where washi would work and it would make it possibly even cuter. And then you take your little wrapped dudes. Okay. Instead of wrapping. Okay, I'm going to wrap them. And where did I throw that paper? Look what we have. Is this 3 inches by chance? Slightly over. So perfect. And then we need 1-inch strips. Waste not, want not, right? Obviously, I'm going to have to cut off the scores. Oh my goodness. And so you can put the stickers onto the chocolate, but what I was figuring out is trying to rub the stickers onto, oh my gosh. Now I've got a sticker instead of. Again, tape runner could also be an option for this, but I like this because you can put it on and leave it. So on the same exact end, because it's going to be glued to the thing and then wrap back around, glued to itself. And it doesn't have to be a lot because it's literally, it's not holding. They're going to rip it off and eat the candy in like 2 minutes flat. So, and you see how this flap, if I hooked it here, it would just rip the flap off and then you'd have to eat the candy, which has its advantages. But don't do that. Put it on, put it in place. Well, I'm going to do it this way since that one has more sticky. Wrap it around. And again, thinner paper would make that slightly easier. And then if you don't get it centered right, or you have, like I didn't trim it all the way down to 3 inches. Take the edge off. It's like I said, it's going to be stacked like that. One more. One more. And it's funny because this is the kind of thing where it doesn't cost much. It doesn't take much time. And the cute, like, is pretty, I think, pretty astounding. Like, and then I watched some people do all different ways of putting these in the packages. And I was like, okay, that seems like it was more work than necessary. So I came up with, hold on. Sorry, I put a lid in my mouth. Like, you know, a toddler. You could also use Scotch tape on this if you wanted. So I stack them like this. Then I put them over this little strip of paper. And I make a paper strip elevator. And that's how I put mine in. And then I put a finger on them. You ain't got the paper strip. And they're in. And they're straight. And there's no shaking and no fighting and no cursing. At least not in this moment. So then you tuck in the edges. And again, slightly softer paper would have been better here. And corner rounder, or trim the edges yourself, or don't put a circle on it. What I have been doing is just digging through my ephemera. So like I already have snowflakes cut out. I have some little, Lily just went downstairs. Now Adler's mad. Like this. This little guy is perfect. And you could be as fancy, like, so I have these kind of things that I print and cut out, or some of them I got off Temu before I went, like, Temu is bad for your health, or bad for my health, somebody's health. So I'll put that one on. Lily, you're going to have to go deal with him since you just got him going. Lily, did you hear what I said? You're going to have to go deal with Adler since you're going to have to go deal with Adler since you got him going. Go let him out, give him his medicine, whatever you need to do. Thank you. Boy, you know, nothing like going on camera to realize I probably should repaint my nails. My day-to-day life isn't really about my fingernails or any of that stuff. So then look. And you can put, I've had some sentiments cut out here someplace. You know, if you have sentiments that say, well, this one's too big, but like small sentiments or stickers. You could stick it on there. I have one someplace that says cheerful wishes, and that's the one I was shoving on them. And then I made some with the paper that came with its own little, but that's when I decided I needed to use with this paper that has all little cute cutouts. All of these little guys. So like the hedgehog and this and this is, by the way, on the last chance list because it's a Christmas thing. It's on the last chance list. Stamping up, but like this little dude, that guy would fit. That guy would fit. this little stamp would fit. And the stamp set that went with this said had a special delivery, which would also be a cute little doohickey for this. But anyway, I can make a couple dozen of these because this is that pack of 12 by, this is all that 12 by 12 I got in that craft stash buyout, just the Christmas. And, you know, obviously some of it is very usable for other things, but like it's perfect size prints for this kind of thing. So, but like this, not so much. I don't know why he's hugging a pig. Yes, Maddie. I'm technically I consider myself a hobby demo because I don't make a big deal about I don't only use Stampin' Up stuff. I don't hassle people to buy stuff. I respect that you can find whatever you like in whatever brand you like. But there are things of theirs I love and that I wouldn't trade for anything. And then there are things that I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with you getting at it someplace else. So, but anyway, there's those. And then the other thing that the other day I was working on my little Grinch journal and we were discussing that I needed a charm that had the heart, you know, the 3 times growing heart. Hold on, I'm just going to eat this chocolate so I can use this wrapper. So I got to thinking when I was maybe or maybe not eating a bunch of chocolate at work. I was totally eating a bunch of chocolate at work. Look at me, Michelle. I'm eating while I'm talking. You know I don't like to do that. Trying to do it quietly. So not every one of these that you do this to is going to survive, but you got to eat candy. And you got to pretend it was just for crafting purposes. You definitely didn't want the candy. I totally did, by the way. Want a piece of chocolate. I made homemade chili yesterday, and then we had it last night, and then today I left it in the crock pot for a few extra hours last night so it could, you know, really come together. So then we had chili tonight with Fritos in it, and I freaking love it. Yeah, we were though talking about people who do the eating sound. So I can't with people being like, no. So this was my thought, and I did it on an ornament. I actually took one of these and put it on like a wood round and made a cute little ornament. I did one of the ones with the whole Grinch, and I actually went to pay my water bill the other day, and the lady has all the Grinch stuff, so I'm going to make her a Grinch ornament out of one of these. Because again, I'm a squirrel like that. Scrap piece of paper. Get out my stripper box. I didn't realize I had the I don't love people chewing thing until college. And it was literally like I would be sitting at breakfast with my roommate and she'd be chewing and I'd be thinking, I hate her. And I didn't hate her. We've been friends for years. But especially first thing in the morning, no. But the funny thing is, I love the sound of animals chewing. Like horses chewing hay. I could sit and listen all day to horses chewing and, you know, put a video of a capybara eating something. I'm watching it every time. That's funny. We had I used a pound of Angus, like the lean. So Laura's lean beef. I usually use my own homegrown beef, but they had it on markdown and it was a good price. So I don't know that even if I was rich, which I'm not, that I would ever stop doing that's on markdown. That's what we're having for dinner tonight. But they had ground turkey and ground beef both. So I was able to get a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground turkey. I used that, 2 big honkin' cans of fire roasted tomatoes, 2 big cans of beans, 2 full regular size cans of red kidney beans, and then a crap ton of seasoning and some hot sauce and all of that. Oh, yeah. And I can't, like, with people eating chips. Did you guys just hear Tommy tick in? He was like, did you say food? Tommy, you can't have chocolate. I need to get puppy sacks for in here in the office, don't I? Yeah, puppy sacks. Oh, so I use the Italian sausage when I make hi Kel. Spaghetti. I don't necessarily use it for, I mean, it sounds good. I'm not saying I wouldn't use it. I'm saying I haven't used it. But I use Italian sausage when I make um, spaghetti. Half a pound of ground beef or turkey, whichever one I happen to have. This one's not big enough. This is where I play where are all my hole punches. I only have 7,000 circle punches, but you know. There's a 2 1/4 one. There. This one should be the right size. 1 inch. I'm gonna have to, I got the glue a little past where it needed to be. So this idea actually came from, I think Zena was making charms. She was not using this stuff, but she was using scrap paper. Hold on. I don't want to shoot it at my face. There we go. And then putting a hole in it and putting charms on. Like putting a jump ring on it. But step 2, I need to... Does anybody see my bone folder in this disaster? Hey, there's the pokey tool I was looking for. Trying to make that as smooth as humanly possible. And I'm not obviously going to be able to punch. Do I punch the... Yes, I should punch the hole now. Do you ever ask yourself a question and you already know the answer? Maddie, look at you meeting. It's so funny because I think you were probably in one of the very first chats I ever joined. So the fact that people don't know you is, but it's that whole different time of day thing, which kind of trips me out. Oh, this eraser just made me think the other day I bought some carving tools. So we're going to be making some stamps soon because, you know, I always have to have one more stupid thing to pick up, one more ridiculous hobby to pick up. There it is. I was looking for my tiny hole punch. I might want to try to find my 3/4 circle to do this the next time, but look. That's crap. Can't see it. Yeah, did you get your heater fixed, Kel? Because I don't want to have to make a road trip kung fu chop anybody. It's a whole new world. Oh, sorry. You should not encourage me to sing. I just went full Aladdin in my brain. Tell me I'm not the only one who has certain Disney songs stuck in my head for like life. I need one of those little vibrator things that they make for concrete for this. It's got a bubble. There, it went away. Good. So right now, it doesn't look like much. But it will be solid because of the Nuvo. Crap, where is my mouse? Okay. Go away. I can't read the chat because there's an ad on my screen. There we go. Oh no. So when it's done, it will be shiny and a little piece of jewelry. Oh, Kel, you live in Maine. Where do you live? Okay, I think we asked this once before, but my friend Daryl that bought me the gift that started today's live she joined us a little bit ago to chat. And she is in Appleton. Apple bottom jeans. There I go. See, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I do. Look, guys, I have to eat another one. The glossy accents, I used them once and they turned yellow and they made me really mad and I didn't ever use them again. So yeah, crystal glaze. The hard part for me will be literally leaving it alone to dry. So like I will log off of here and leave the craft room or I'll poke it about 22 times. And like, are you dry yet? Same with the reason that when I do my fingernails, I have to do it and then sit and watch TV or something because I will be like, as soon as I finish my nails, I'm like, you know what I should do? I should build the shed. Appleton is not far from Portland, Rockland. And Union maybe would be a slightly bigger town near her. This green thing I already have done. So I could make this a big dangle for like a thing that's as, do the circle as big as that. So I might do that since this is just sitting here. And I'm sure that if I went and got my matte medium, that would be a better choice than this, but it's in the other room. And it's in with my paint supplies, so it would involve climbing up on the shelf and yeah, I'll pass. So the other day when we were cutting out circles, I went to use my 2-inch circle punch and it is like somehow it's gotten slightly off center, so it doesn't work, which is a real bummer. And obviously I'm going to trim that shorter. So this will have to be, I'll have to either find my 2-inch punch or I'll have to use it. I'll use a die to cut the circle because this is the 2 1/4. So 2-inch would probably have been perfect for this. Oh my gosh. So much glue on my hands. Not that you didn't just watch me do that on purpose. Don't be stuck to the table, you dork. There you go. So this, I would feel like if I cut it in a circle, it could almost be just like that if you weren't going to make it a dangle. Let me see. Mother. I just rolled over my own foot. Seeing if this fits. Hee hee. It's a freaking tiny tag. Hi, Ellen. Okay, tell me that I'm a child because I think this is so hilarious. I mean, an excuse to eat candy and make little tiny tags. And some Grinch film. Ellen is like the best fan to have. She'll cheer you on always. She's the bestest. Not that the rest of you guys aren't amazing, but Ellen's got like cheering down to a science. You know, I never really think my neighbor's truck is too loud, except for when it's too loud all the time. Like he gets the mail and stuff, and I'm like, could you be less? I don't know what you are, but be less that. Hee silly Grinch tag. Now, where have I stuffed my silly Grinch journal to put it on? This is so exciting, Maddie, that you're meeting new people. Okay. Hiding the stuff for myself. Not in there. That's where I start putting stuff away and then can't find that stuff later too because I put it away looking for this. All right. It'll show up when it shows up. Anyway, I actually think I'm going to call it a night since I have a million things I should be doing. And this, I'm not sure what I'm going to do to deal with that helped the whole situation. I didn't want it to like cave in. I may have to figure out how to put like a little something in the hole to keep it sealed so the stuff goes around it, but I'll figure that out later. But I think that's going to be really freaking cute because it'll even be clearer. And then as a dangle, it's probably a time of day thing. And I don't know who you usually. So most of the people here came from Pam's or why is my computer stop being a jerk. Focus on something. So no. Okay. Be a jerk then, I guess. Hold on a second. This is what I always do. Shut off the autofocus, turn it back on, and suddenly it remembers how to think. There. Now you guys can see the mess on my desk properly. I think that most of the people here came from Pam, who I found Pam on Bitty Penny's channel. Yeah. Tomorrow I have to take Duncan for an x-ray, Ellen, of his foot. So hopefully when I get back from that, if I'm not incarcerated from finding out somebody broke his foot, I'll be here. So that's the plan, is to come on tomorrow because I have got to come up with an idea for my journal cover for Junk Journal January and get that done. So I'm hoping that, I mean, he's got a pretty swollen foot and it's sore and he almost never complains of pain and he's complaining of pain. So I want him to feel better, as moms do. So hopefully, and we could have done the x-ray yesterday or today, but one of my dearest friends, and actually the person who takes over as his trustee of his trust if something happens to me, is a rad tech. And so we can go in and his Aunt Lindsay do the x-rays. And also they won't be like, no, you can't hold his foot, then your hands will be in the x-ray. And Lindsay's like, that's cool. Hands are in the x-ray, but at least the kid is still, where they're supposed to be. So it is what it is. It's a different Lindsay, Maddie. Or you love Lindsay because Lindsay is my friend. Which Lindsay do you mean? Oh, the frugal crafter. Oh, okay. Okay. I was confused because I was talking about my friend that is the rad tech is Lindsay. So I was very confused. That's not new though. Good night, Ellen. Good night, Maddie. Night, Kel, Cindy. I think Michelle's still there someplace. She's napping, or she went and got her own chocolate. I'll have to check out. I don't think I know the frugal crafter. I'll have to check her out. So I will share tomorrow this little guy, how it dries, and I'm gonna go leave him alone now because I'm not gonna touch him. And maybe I'll do something with these nails. Night night. Love y'all. Bye. Oh, Julia, we're just now leaving. You'll have to catch up. We made a little charm and a little tag out of, are you ready for it? Hershey Kiss wrappers. Auburn. I'll have to look up where Auburn is. I've been there to her house, but I didn't pay that much attention. We were too busy, kayaking and chasing birds. Night night.